Hello, this is part 5.2.5, episode 16 of the PAL level 19 compendium. Detailed practice playing for lines and the next game, so let's look at it. The start is, I think, about playing for Tetrises. This or here, I don't know. Probably there was no dash, it's a mistake. It should go here or here. And this Z goes here instead of here because it splits the board too much, while this hole shouldn't create any problem if the rest is that accessible both left and right. There's a lot of space to wait for pieces. This J goes here because something must come to fill the point on the bottom, but I'm sure maybe it would be slightly better to put it here because there's a good place for it. But this also should be okay, despite it can create some problems because it wasn't needed at all. This goes immediately here because it always can go to the left. And now the same pattern using the right side space to wait for pieces to the left. That's a mid-drop and compressor immediately. The L goes to the left. No, everything's very logical. And so here now this O goes to the left because it always can go there, and maybe there was no need for it. In truth, it could have gone here or here. So this is like totally it is needed, but there's no way for it to create any greater problems. So this goes here immediately to not to get rid of this left as soon as possible. I don't know if this is a misdrop or an intended move, intended placement. If it's intended, it's very aggressive, purely painful Tetris is bad. This right, this, I don't know how to name it, this setup here is encouraging to try to get this for third column well immediately, but it's very aggressive because the well will be both sides closed and there's a chance O's will be needed also on the right, so it's very aggressive. It's a great setup or huge problems. This is what I meant with this chance for O's being required on the right. I think in this case it shouldn't go here because, I mean, it can go here, but uh, without this O, if the O comes here, there's probably some hole will be created in one of these points. Again, this is very important here to uh, make the well, keep the well side open, so it goes here and now filling anything this point and then burn with the first piece that allows to burn. In this case it's the J, and now there's no setup due to these 2 points, so it must be burned down immediately. This is again very aggressive, and that's why that it's being burned immediately. There was a slight technical issue, I think. Here. Yes, here. There was I think there was moved in the last second, so that was probably the only place for the O without any for creating bigger problems. Yes, it's fortunately there's dust for the next, so there's a chance to make the well or dependency. I think it's more about a dependency right now. Site open, but this as an arrows, I think it might have been better to put it here immediately, here or here, because it's going to be very hard to burn anything without, in a clean way, without a long burn. Fortunately the lumbar comes and all again goes immediately to the left, because if they're putting it here, this hole, after, no, it's a huge hole, but this hole is nearby the middle of the board, so it isn't such a big problem like after putting it here, this first column, and it's 6 high, so there's an opportunity to put another O piece here. So I think in the worst case it will be 2 lines with horse, while 2 lines with horse with such left shouldn't be that problematic in case of just surviving. Yes, this is, and now it's a kind of unfortunate, but on the other hand pretty fortunate, because maybe this should be put here immediately to burn as fast as possible. Now the left is very problematic. I think it must go here, because after this, if there are bad pieces, it's going to be very hard to create any line burn opportunity. Fortunately the long back comes again, so now the board is totally clean again. And this is stacked for Tetris, because it sets up itself. It's more about this casual game. All goes to the left. I'm not sure about this. I think this should go here. But it should be alright, because there's a lot of space for everything. I mean, if this moment is playing for Tetrises, and again, instead of will fill it immediately here. It all goes to the left with an intention to create a side open well in one of these points. Yes, and it's getting set up, and very fortunate long bar comes again, and here I think there was no DAS, because I think it would be slightly better to put it here, but this should be okay. It's very low. The first column is secured, so there's a lot of space and opportunities to open this hole. Something was wrong here. I'm not sure about this long bar here. About this long bar, I think it should go here. Maybe here, but not here, because it splits the board. There's no need for it at all. I think this would be the best, because then O's can be stacked here, and after this there's a chance for an accidental third column Tetris, but after this and this it's becoming very complex. That this is the board. The board, I really don't like this kind of board, this complexity, and unfortunately the piece is forced it, so I mean, after the piece is forced the complexity, but there wouldn't be this force, that the pieces wouldn't have forced this if I hadn't put the long bar here. So it's all because of this wrong decision. Now it must think it maybe it could go here, but this seems to be better because it's more maintainable and there's more room about it because it doesn't break the board. That's why it goes here, because after this there's too much here too much holes. After this there's a chance to do something on the right, but it's going to be very problematic to get something to the left in a proper way if this 6 points, this 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 points aren't filled. I'm also not sure about this. Maybe it should go here or here. But it opens this point, so it's like changing the pieces you're waiting for, but I'm waiting for in a very safe way. So maybe it's the best intro. I'm not sure, because after burning this line, there's almost no chance there will be the problems will be worse than this and this right now. Oh, but there was a chance, because this is totally wrong. But it's okay, it must do here, and now anything to fill this hole, 3 white on the left, and hopefully it will be burnt. If not, we're on the free high second column burning pattern, which was very fortunate in this case, and the O to the left as always, another O to the left as always, and this to the right to use as much space as possible. This very nice burn, and everything's clean again. Now it's playing 4 lines. Because despite of this chance for a Tetris, there was just immediate safe burn. Something wrong has taken place here. I think it can go here. Because it requires something to be here and here to burn this line, while even this free horse seems to be slightly better than this and this if there's no burn setup, and that this must go here, so it's about opening this line than this line. It seems to be way more problematic than after putting the J here. I think that this is also a kind of real risky, because I would now I would have put it now I would put it here, because if something doesn't come to fill this point, it's going to create a lot of problems. For example, if it's always next, or even a long bar. Here cannot long bar. It's a mistake for sure. Long bar cannot be put here, because after this, I mean it can be put here, but after this point here, if this point here that high, can cause a lot of problems. So I think it's just wrong, and very fortunate T came right after this. This is also pretty strange. I think it should go here, because this hole is about the same bed as this hole, but after this there's a little bit more space in the middle to wait for L or a long bar. And now this would be burnt already, while now it's be problematic. So this is a misdrop, but it should be put here, because this splits the board too much. Now it's way just this long bar. Without this, it would be very hard to do anything. Unfortunately, it must be put here in this way, despite this too wide hole on the left, and now it's very fortunate. Oh, this is pretty strange again. I think it should be burned. Maybe put here, but not here, because it changes the pieces. The pieces I've been waiting for to fill these 2 points. That's why there's need to fill it in this way, and now it's very a lot of problems, and again very fortunate long bar. Now it's this. That was just a burning pattern. It's another misdrop. There's a ton of misdrops. I don't know where I wanted to put it. Both here and here will be okay, I think. Okay. This should go here. I don't know why I put it here. That's a mistake. It should be put here, and then anything here. I mean J or L here. Why, if there's long bar, the long bar can go to the right, and there's a great chance after this. It's again crazy problematic. No, this all must go here. No, that's a huge mistake. Very bad. And another example of how many mistakes were needed to end the game. It's like, I will count it again. It's Okay, now it's clean. So I'm not sure about this intro because leaving this hole, I think there was no need to leave it to create this hole. There must have been a chance to do something. Yes, just put it here. Try a little bit, so it's one mistake. This could have gone here. Well, or maybe not a mistake, because now it's totally clean. Maybe not totally, but very clean. Relatively very clean. 1, 2, 3. 3 mistakes, and they were like really huge mistakes. After the second error, it was totally savable. Maybe not totally, but more than possible to save. Okay, so this is everything for this episode, and uh, next game in the next one. So let's see how the game ended, and okay, thanks, bye.